Well, you got to say round one goes to the Prime Minister, doesn't it? She got the better of Judith Collins in the House today. This was, of course, the first big matchup. It was the first time we were going to see Judith go up against Jacinda, and people were clearly tuning in. Question Time was streaming on most of the major news sites. The parliamentary website became actually quite difficult to log on to. And apparently the press gallery itself was full. Both women seemed nervous. There seemed to be tension in the House. At the start of it, it was pin drop quiet in there. And then Jacinda dropped her zinger. She was being asked questions about the light rail delay, and she said to Judith, as she would well know, sometimes it takes a little longer than you'd like to get what you want. And with that, a lot of people would have made their minds up. This is not going to be an election where Judith pushes Jacinda around at all. Now, some of this is a function of how Question Time works. I mean, the person answering always gets more space to shine than the person just asking the question. But it's also at least in part because the Nats chose really badly with their topic. Transport? I mean, that was probably because they wanted to remind voters that Labor hasn't delivered much, including light rail. But it was way too easy to flip and then turn into an attack on National's own costing of its own transport plans. And it feels like last year's problem, doesn't it? Light rail doesn't matter quite as much post-COVID. But the biggest problem was Judith. Sassy Judith didn't turn up. There was no smirk. There were no zingers. It was like the wind had been taken out of her sails. And I mean, you could probably guess why that was. The Andrew Falloon porn pic scandal just got uglier overnight. There are now more complainants alleging the same thing, that he sent them rude pictures too. The police are now said to be reconsidering whether they need to open their investigation. The Nats are quite rightly now under fire for apparently using mental health as a PR strategy to get everyone to back off. Judith Collins' honeymoon as leader has just come to an abrupt, screeching halt. A fantastic performance in the House today would have helped. It would have told voters that even if the team is letting her down, Judith can still bring it, but she didn't.